Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. Today, we are exploring something both beautiful and fascinating: Anatolian carpets, also widely known as Turkish carpets. These hand-woven textiles have been admired for centuries. They are famous not only in Turkey, but all around the world. People often see them as luxury items, but why exactly? In this episode, we will dive into their history, the art of making them, their symbolism, and their place in today's world. The tradition of carpet weaving in Anatolia is extremely old. Some of the earliest examples date back to the 13th century, during the Seljuk period. These early carpets were used in mosques and palaces, and they already showed a high level of skill. Later, during the Ottoman Empire, carpet weaving developed even more. Cities like Konya, Kayseri, and Heraki became centers of production. Carpets from these areas were often sent as gifts to kings, sultans, and ambassadors. So from the very beginning, Anatolian carpets carried prestige and cultural weight. What makes these carpets unique is not only their age, but also their meaning. Patterns and designs are never random. For example, a diamond shape might symbolize protection, while a ram's horn pattern could represent power and masculinity. A simple star might express hope or happiness. When a woman wove a carpet in her village, she often included personal wishes or family symbols. So in a way, every carpet was also a message. When we look at them today, we are not just looking at decorations, but at a kind of woven language. Now let's talk about the craft itself. Making a carpet by hand is a long and detailed process. First, the materials must be prepared. Wool is the most common, but sometimes cotton or silk is used. Wool is strong and warm, cotton provides structure, and silk creates a shiny, luxurious look. After that, the yarns are dyed. Traditionally, colors came from natural sources: red from madder root, blue from indigo, yellow from plants like saffron. These natural dyes give a soft but lasting color that does not fade easily. Once the yarn is ready, the weaving begins. Each knot is tied by hand. Some carpets contain millions of knots, and each knot must be placed with care. The density of knots per square centimeter often decides how fine and valuable the carpet will be. A silk carpet with a very high knot count can take years to finish. Anatolia is a large region, and different areas developed different styles. Carpets from Konya are famous for their bold geometric shapes. Those from Kayseri often mix wool and silk, creating both strength and shine. The town of Heraki became world famous for producing extremely fine silk carpets, some of which were made for the Ottoman palaces. Each region has its own identity, and experts can often tell where a carpet comes from just by looking at its patterns and colors. In the past, carpets were not only luxury goods, they were also part of everyday life. In rural homes, carpets covered the floors, protected against cold, and decorated the living space. They were also important in special moments, given as wedding gifts, used in religious ceremonies, or passed from parents to children as family treasures. So while some carpets were indeed symbols of wealth, others were deeply personal objects tied to family history. Now, let's return to our main question. Why are Anatolian carpets seen as luxury items today? First, the amount of work, months or years of careful labor. Second, the materials, natural wool, rare silk, and plant-based dyes. Third, the uniqueness. Each carpet is handmade, so no two pieces are identical. And finally, the cultural heritage. When someone buys a carpet, they are not just buying a textile. They are buying a story, a tradition, and a link to centuries of artistry. Because of this, authentic Anatolian carpets are often sold in art galleries and museums, not just in shops. Their price depends on age, material, and craftsmanship. Antique pieces, especially, can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors treat them like paintings, sculptures, or even jewelry. Today, machine-made carpets are everywhere, and they are much cheaper. But true Anatolian carpets remain special. In Turkey, families still keep them as heirlooms. Internationally, designers use them in luxury homes, and museums display them as cultural treasures. Even though life has changed, the reputation of Anatolian carpets as luxury items has stayed the same. So, to summarize, Anatolian carpets are seen as luxury items because of their long history. Their symbolic designs, the careful handwork, the natural materials, and the fact that each one is unique. They represent both art and tradition, and they continue to be admired as masterpieces of cultural heritage. Next time you see one of these carpets, take a moment to look closely. Behind every pattern is a story, behind every knot is patience, and behind every carpet is a piece of history. Thank you for listening, and I hope this journey into the world of Anatolian carpets has given you a new appreciation for why they are considered such valuable treasures.